Hello, thank you so much for coming back to my inquiry on your website. I'm Phoebe. I'm a local digital marketer focusing on search engine optimization and driving leads for local businesses. And I came across the article that was featuring your business in the local magazine, and I thought I'd just do a quick analysis of your site and your competitive landscape just to see if there were any opportunities for me to be able to help you, and I have definitely found some. So I just wanted to show you those quickly, and if you're interested, then you can follow up with me and I can take you through a little bit more detail about what I do and how I can help you. So first of all, I wanted to show you your website, which is beautiful. So you've done a really lovely job there. This toolbar that I use here helps me analyze your site from a search point of view. So here I can see that Google has indexed 10 pages of yours. And this is telling me that you have four backlinks that Google has found that are linking into your site. So a combination of those things, having good quality content and having good quality links coming into your site, they're the things that will help you rank well in Google when people do a search. So instead of paying for advertising in Google, you can score well organically and come up high in the search engine results. And this is the ideal situation. So you essentially build the credentials of your website so that ultimately over time, you'll be coming up first or second or third, because they're the links that people are more likely to click on than if you're further down the page. There's another tool that I use which is called Majestic, and in Majestic I can analyze a number of different things, but there's three key criteria that I look at in the first instance. So the first one here is called trust flow, and this is essentially the quality of the links or the value of the links that you have coming into your site. So obviously there's room for improvement here because we're not seeing a measurement against the quality. So this means you want to have a really good quality, high traffic, valuable site linking into you. The second thing that I look at is this topical trust flow, where ideally this is talking about floors and sanding and home renovation, home improvement, and that kind of thing. This will make a bit more sense when I show you some of the other sites I've looked at. And then here we're looking at citation flow, which is essentially mentions of your brand and backlinks. It's the volume of those. So in an ideal world, these would be up more towards 30, and these would be in proportion to each other. So normally we see that trust flow will be a little lower, citation flow a little higher, but ideally we want them to get both of them up as high as we can. Now, so I did this search floor sanding on the northern beaches, and I can see here that there are a number of advertisers, including you, which is great, and you're performing well here, but ideally we'll stop you, having to pay for advertising because we're investing in your site. Then I scroll down and I can see these map positions, which are Google My Business listings, and I know that you've got one of those, so I'll show you that in a second. Ideally, you're coming up 1, 2, or 3 for the particular keywords or search terms that you're focusing on or that people will be searching for if they're trying to find your business. And I can show you how to do that. And then ideally, you're coming up 1, 2, or 3 here in the organic results so that these are the most trusted areas. People obviously click on ads, but they're less trusted because they think that people are paying for them, so they're less credible. So ideally, we're getting you in here and we're getting you in this 1, 2, or 3 position. Now, you're actually not doing too badly. You're down here at number 8 for this particular search term, but there's definitely room for improvement there to help the flow of traffic coming into your site, your inquiries, your leads, your customers. Now, I had a look at some of your competitors here. So Aaron's floor sanding comes up number 1 in the organic results here, and it's not actually to their main landing page, the home page. They're actually scoring well for this particular Northern Beaches area page. So there's an opportunity to pip these guys at the post, if you like, because the Google would much prefer to rank a Northern Beaches website that specializes in floor sanding than a broader, more generic website that has a number of different service areas. So if you can do a better job than these guys, then Google would prefer to rank you. So I think that's just good to know. And this particular page doesn't even have any backlinks coming into it, but it's still scoring really highly. So that's a big opportunity. Now they are leveraging off their broader website where they do have a good volume of backlinks coming in. But when I look at them in Majestic, if I look at trust flow first, even though it's higher than yours, it's still not that high. So if we can work to improve yours so that it's better than Aaron's, then you'll rank better. It's as simple as that. And also, if you look at the topics here, you can tell that they've got their backlinks, even though they've got 100 or so, they're probably not in relevant environments. Potentially they're sponsoring sports and football. They're in directories, which is what this is probably showing us. Maybe they're sponsoring some local performance groups. Whatever it might be, it's not totally relevant. This might be decking. And their citation flow is high. It's not in an ideal proportion. Ideally, trust flow would be higher, coming up towards that 19 mark. So they've done a lot of work on backlinking, but they're not necessarily quality backlinks. So potentially they've had an SEO expert come in and said you need backlinks, but they haven't focused on quality, which means that they could be performing better, but they're still coming up number one. So I'm just trying to show you that there's an opportunity there. If I look at one of the other competitors, Beach's Timber Floors, loads of backlinks. That's a lot. That's a lot of backlinks. So again, I think they've probably done a similar thing. They've paid an expert to come in and help them. But you can see here that they haven't done a very good job because their trust flow is really low. Their citation flow is really low. And I can actually just look at their backlinks here, because what we want to see is that the backlinks have a high trust flow and citation flow themselves. Otherwise, they're not really doing a very good job. So trust is really low on this example. Citation is high. So there's no trust. It's not a good place to be. And a lot of these ones further down have no trust and no citation flow. So it's kind of a wasted effort, if that makes sense. You need quality. Otherwise, it almost is to the detriment of your website. Oz Timber, no backlinks, or one. In Majestic, also really low results, but they're still performing really well. I think they were number two. They're number two. So I hope I'm showing you that there's this opportunity where if you can increase the search engine quality of your website within a relatively short period of time, you can beat these guys and you can come up number one, number two, number three. It doesn't happen automatically. It does take time for Google to find those links, to rank you, to build your credentials. 4 to 6 weeks though, we should start to see some results. Now, I just wanted to also show you these Google My Listing pages, because even though I can see you in here, in order to win in this position, all you need to do is do a better job. Now, these guys have loads of reviews, and obviously that is something that Google takes very seriously. So if there's an opportunity for you to ask your customers to review you on Google, sending them a link after you've done the job for them, asking them to review you, that's something that you can do yourself to help really boost this ranking. The other thing is having lots of photos. So the more content, the more likely Google will rank you. And this is kind of a question of just beating your competitors. So if we look at beaches who are coming up number one, we want more photos than they have. So that's kind of a simple thing that we can focus on to improve your ranking. They've got a lot. So they've done a really good job here. We just need to do more for you. The other thing with these is that when you have a Google My Business listing, there's an opportunity to create posts. Now, these guys aren't really doing that. They're only doing reviews. But if you have a look at the Google My Business platform, you can create content in here, which is talking about your business, which is providing information, but it's really for Google's benefit. Because if you're providing content twice a week, so for example, you might say one post might be about why you need to go eco when you're looking at a floor sanding service. That might be one post. Posting twice a week, which is something that your competitors aren't doing, will mean that Google will also take that very seriously and they'll boost your rankings. So this will be a longer burn because these guys have those reviews. I mean, you've got 13. So boosting that up a little higher, but also adding to your content so that you've got more than your competitors will mean that you've got an opportunity to win here. So these are the things that I can help you to do. Increasing the volume of links that you have coming into your site, making sure the links are really high quality, and also helping you to boost this local presence so that you have great content in here that's updated really regularly. All of these things will mean that we can get you into those first few positions, which is the credible place to be. And as I said, it's something that builds your credentials over time so that in the end, ideally, you're not having to pay for advertising. You're just really investing in your website. So it's a long-term investment that will pay off absolutely over time. So I launched my own agency this year. I am a solo operator, so my overheads are super low, and compared to many other search engine optimization agencies, my costs are really competitive. So if you're interested in learning more about how I can help you, then contact me and let me know, and I'd be happy to put together a fee proposal for you. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.